Alright, this will be the video for the attachments and what I got and what I plan to do with them. So first one I'll go over, got a quick hitch for a 455. Got to go through this, check like all the pins kind of look worn. I mean, it's old, so they're probably wore through a little bit. Reinforce those, do a little basic welding and clean up on them. I'll probably sandblast them and repaint them just to make them look pretty. The ends, I need the dust caps for them. I have them. They were like $3 from John Deere. So I'll replace all the end dust caps that need replaced so that everything's color coded correctly. The 54 blade. Normally what I do with these, it does need a new cutter bar, and I need to make some better shoes for it because those wear through and break off all the time. These are fairly new, the guy said, so I can either build them up or replace them. I'm probably just going to make some big or some thicker bottoms for them and weld them on. I'll drill them in the middle and weld them to the bottom of that so that I have a 1/2 inch thick plate or something on the bottom. The springs are probably pretty good. This whole back mating plate here I need to pull off, and I'm trying to find a way to copy it so I can make my own attachments. What I did to our last blade, I'm going to sandblast it, strip it, paint it, put a new cutter bar on it. I usually take the bottom blade or cutter bar, take the bolts out, either get a new one or make a new one, and I take the cutter bar off of our skid loader's snow bucket when it's wore out, and I usually just weld the bolts to the cutter bar, and I will cut that to size and bolt it onto the cutter bar. It holds up. The one I have on our other blade has lasted me 5 years. So I usually just do that as kind of a one-time investment, and then if you need to change it, you can flip it because it's a flippable blade on the bucket, so it's a flippable blade on the blade. Make sure, I guess the thing I caution is make sure it's the same bolt pattern. If they're 6 on center, weld your bolts on 6 on center, and then cut the ends off with either a Sawzall or the plasma cutter or a bandsaw or something. Cut it down, mark it, and cut it down to size so your bolts line up every time. That would be the only caution I have on that. The one I have on the other blade is kind of ghettoed, so I don't think I can flip it. But the other thing I usually do to these is right there where the John Deere sticker is here in the middle. I usually cut it out, cut a square hole out, and put a receiver hitch there. I get a 2-inch to 1.25-inch adapter from Harbor Freight. They're like $9 or $10, and I cut it down to length and stick it through that hole and weld it in place. Works great for moving trailers around, and I have a sand spreader or salt spreader that was for just a little ATV that I welded a 1.25-inch receiver, or not a receiver, hitch on, so that I can just slide it in, pin it in place, and run the salt spreader on the front of the mower. I'll probably do that on the back of the 455, but I can run it in the front as well. I also have a dethatcher that I can put in a receiver hitch that I adapt down to that size, and I can run that out in front of the mower, and it's about 65 inches wide, so I can get that done. That works amazingly, because then you can pick it up and shake it if you get sticks and stuff in it. The other attachments, if I go into the shed here, I have a 51 broom that I'm hoping to... It doesn't seem there's anything wrong with it. I mean, same with the other one. Needs a coat of paint. It actually has the good stick or the good plate on it, so I'll probably redo that. I'll make another one just with the serial number and the model number on it, because I like the metal plates better than the stickers, because the stickers wear off and then you don't have anything. But we have some, it's got 3 of the shear bolts left. I need to put some on this side, get some more of them and put them over there so that I have them in storage just in case something does go wrong. Mounting plate seems alright. I'll probably pull it, paint it, you know, clean that up when I do the rest of the broom. The brushes in here, I believe, need replaced. He said he had it on there for years and they work fine, but they look like they need replaced. What I'm planning on doing, if I can pull it off, is I'm going to try and talk to some of the local like rental shops, probably talk to the city shop and see if they take the brushes off of their skid loader brooms. And if I can get those, I want to try and adapt this so that it'll take those. If I can do that, then I can get them for free, I believe, because when they swap them out and put the new ones on, they'll be wore down to the minimum on that, which I hope will fit in here. Otherwise, I need to make a cutter so I can cut them to size. They won't have as much life, but if I didn't pay for them, I kind of don't care. So I want to try that. I don't know a lot about these brooms, but it's an idea. If anybody's tried it or if anybody has advice on it, I know the inside diameter isn't the same, but I was hoping to make an adapter to make the shaft in here a little bigger and see if I could put them on there. So if that works, you know, if somebody's tried it and it works, great. I'll take any advice you can give me. If someone's tried it and it messed everything up royally and it's not worth it, let me know. Then I don't have to do it. But that's it on that. The other thing I got is this MC 519 collection system. I want to put this on the 455. It has a 60-inch power flow in there, but it's for a newer, it was on an X700 series. I don't know if I can even put this on the 455. I'm hoping I can with the 60-inch deck. If not, I may have to switch over to a 54-inch deck, which I also have a blower for our old mower, and see if I can get that to fit. But that's going to suck because the hookup isn't right. It's for a more modern mower. They have an adapter kit for the 455 to hook the cart to it, but I don't think they make it anymore. So I have to either track one down or make one. So if anybody has any advice on that, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, that's the attachments I have right now and kind of my plans on them. Clean them up, you know, repaint them, make them pretty, and see if I can make them efficient and make them work correctly. So any advice is greatly appreciated. Just let me know. Thanks for watching.